Yeah, I know. That is a 13 to hit.
A 13 will hit. Now that there's bright
Okay.
light.
And I'm level 4. Not level... That's an 8. That is 7 points of cold damage. And if it matters, their movement speed is reduced by 10 feet.
You're level 4,
then,
but you're multi-classed.
when they say... So, the cantrips say when you reach 5 hit die, your cantrip damage goes up. So I'm gonna get I'm basically gonna get multi-attack for everybody else. Let's see. 5... using my bonus action.
Oh, this isn't casting the spell Ray of Frost. This is using a class feature from Artificer. The keys off of hit dice and not class level.
No,
all cantrips are based on character level.
It's based on your character level, not your class level.
It's not based on class level.
Are you guys sure about that?
Yep, 100%.
I'm gonna look it up after the session, and if you're wrong, I'm gonna cut off all of Chris's fingers.
But also, I am not level 5, so it doesn't matter.
That's
I just
true.
rolled 1d8.
And it's only he's only got 2 hit points left anyway, so it's purely academic.
Right, and I moved my flame turret up here.
Not enough space to get in there.
Well, he can climb. It can climb the walls and ceilings. So
that's true.
So it's fine. It's just only got a 15-foot movement range. So.
Is that it for Genie?
Yeah, that is it for Genie, right. And it can't dash.
That one is dead. Who's next?
Victor.
Are you going to be the guy right here, Victor?
Yeah, if I can get through all this blockage in the hallway.
You have
dash, you'll be fine.
60 feet psychic knives.
You have cunning action.
Cunning action dash. Yeah, you got options.
Yeah, I have to burn resources to get up in somebody's grill instantly.
All right, so Victor would like to. Can I throw my psychic knife at this cultist without killing everybody on the way?
Yes.
All right, then I'm going to attack, sneak attack this. Actually, first thing I'm going to do is Hunter's Mark as a bonus action.
There you go.
And then I'm going to attack from a distance. That would be a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Goodbye, cultist.
Not really cultists, but okay.
They're all cultists.
So you throw your psychic knife, and yeah, once again, doesn't make a visible wound on his throat where it impacts, but he dies nonetheless.
And it's only 12 damage.
He didn't have 12 hit points left. What's next?
Are these not cultists? Are we just murdering random people?
We don't know who these people
They're
are.
Armed people in a hole in the ground.
They shot at us, and Victor's done.
Are we off initiative?
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and just
search.
Give the bodies a quick look over to see if there's anything different about these people than the ones in the previous room.
I was
short swords and crossbows.
I was gonna do that too, but okay.
Yeah, in front of this, on either side of this door is torch sconce in the wall with torches in place, but they've been very recently doused. It's almost as like they knew people were about to bust down this hallway.
Light the torches.
Okay.
Is this a door?
Yes.
There's nothing at the end of the hallway.
This feels like a boss door. Maybe we should keep going back around this way, which is where we were coming from initially, just to make sure nothing comes up behind us.
My flame turret is following Edmont around, by the way. Just so it's near you.
I'm going to assume that Edmont does not want the responsibility of moving your flame turret.
He does not.
Okay.
I'm moving it. Oh. Because it just slowly waddles after you. It's like I'm like, follow Edmont, and it's just you just see a little. It's just slowly waddling after you.
Part of the nicety of rolling a martial character like a monk is you don't have to keep track of all that little fiddly stuff that spellcasters do.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, that's why I didn't do that.
Is there anything down this other hallway?
Yeah, it opens up into a larger chamber, and this one, in one corner of the room, you see just a couple of supply barrels. you can smell in the room this, like the smell of beer or drink. Along this far wall here are a couple of bedrolls. Otherwise, the room is currently unoccupied. And there are a couple other empty torch sconces on the wall here as well.
So we heard someone come this way earlier.
They may have gone through the door behind us,
Yeah.
but let's finish checking out this path.
Yeah, it's just we just need to be cognizant that there was someone here.
Somebody want to keep an eye on that door in case somebody comes out of it.
Yeah, the two of us are going to stay back here, I think.
I'll leave the flame.
So very
Yeah.
carefully,
Mhm.
Victor will advance to by the bedrolls and peer around the corner.
Yeah, peer around the corner. It's a much wider hallway.
Oh yeah, it's so much nicer to not have to
Than
just
you're
stay in
accustomed to.
single file and wait for a giant line attack to kill everyone.
It turns off to the right.
Kind of move up and peer in the next corner.
What's Victor's passive perception?
14.
And what's your light source at the moment?
Victor has dark vision.
Right, but
Also that.
what's his light source?
The light source would just be dark vision right now.
Okay, so no light source is the answer to the question.
Yeah.
All right. So Edmont, you're moving forward blind.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next? Peering around the corner, you just see the hallway kind of keep going.
All right. Noticing that Edmont is and Evie are behind him, Victor will light a torch on this side of the wall and then kind of toss the torch out in the hallway.
As you light the torch, and his light spills across the corner in the hallway, you notice that the paneling on the floor in front of you, these are just stonework floors, but it's a different coloration. And as you look at it in the flicker of the light, you can tell that it's been recently replaced. The brickwork in this part of the floor is different from where you're standing or from the hallway on the other side.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
Don't go ahead of me yet.
So just in this corner area here.
You lit that torch just in time, sir.
So Victor is going to attempt to check to see if this is booby trapped.
Yeah, make an investigation check.
This were the previous campaign. Gus would have fallen into that trap
You can
3 times.
you can get advantage. You can get guidance on that because my familiar is still on you.
That would be a 28.
Yeah. So what you notice is that there are very thin stone plates set into some kind of recess in the floor here, as so to cover something up. They would have had to remove a layer of brickwork from the floor to put these in place. More information than that you don't get, but there's definitely something wrong with the floor right here.
All right, guys. I need a barrel. I need someone to help me throw a barrel onto this floor.
That's a good idea.
Evie, you go over to the corner of the room, and there's 2 very large barrels of water, and then sitting on a small table in the corner is a smaller barrel. This one is a tapped keg of ale.
Not the ale.
The water barrel, I think, is going to be much too heavy for me to move myself.
Well, it's a
Well,
barrel. You can
yeah.
roll it.
Look good.
Victor will help you, too.
Okay, we'll roll a barrel out here. Roll out the barrel.
That scene in
Step-
Breaking
step
Bad where they're
back.
dragging the barrel.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a barrel. Roll it, dumbasses.
There was a body in it, though, wasn't there?
No, it was,
No, it was
methylamine.
chemicals they were stealing.
Okay. Let's just send the barrel rolling into this area and see what, and then
Dead.
just take a step back.
Edmund, get out of the way, Edmund.
So yeah, you just roll the barrel down the hallway, and as soon as it rolls over the first stone panel on the floor here, so I will actually color that out, the floor can't bear the weight of the barrel, and it crashes through, and you hear it explode underneath. It just crashes. You hear the slosh of water everywhere.
Okay.
It's a good sign. Nothing's going to shoot us.
How did the person who was over here? They couldn't have come this way because they couldn't have made it past this floor.
Unless there's another way.
I mean,
Can
looking
I,
at it, if you know the floor is there, you could leap across it.
So, so now that one of the panels is missing, does it look like we can sort of push the other panels down or like move them out of the way?
No, it looks like the stone panels were just covering holes in the floor. Looking down, you've got like a 20-foot pit onto a bed of rough-looking spikes And
Okay,
a destroyed barrel. What was
Hang
Ekon
on.
saying back there?
Can I make an active perception check to listen at this door?
Yeah, go ahead.
That would be a 25.
Okay. So listening at the door, and I mean, it would be difficult to hear because you've got all of your nerds are down in the hallway rolling barrels and breaking things.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't hear anything on the side of the door. The only sound near you are the crackling of the torches that were lit.
Okay.
Why don't we go the other way?
So, hang on. I could send my owl up here just to look around this corner and see if there's anything that we need to pay attention to over here.
So the owl sees the door leading off to the left of the hallway, and the hallway comes to an end at a curtain just hung across. And there's not space for the owl to squeeze past the curtain without disturbing it. You can send the owl through the curtain, but anything back there will see it. It can't be done invisibly.
Yeah, I think there's a decent chance that the person we heard earlier is behind that curtain.
Is it possible for? Let me see if I can I guess if I can draw a line.
If you crane your neck around the corner and you have a light source, yeah, you can see the curtain at the far end of the hall.
So what I actually want to do is stand not on the pit of spikes, but I want to stand back here and throw a psionic dagger through the curtain and see if anything screams on the other side.
The psionic dagger can't actually damage the curtain at all. I'm going to say it can't pierce through because it can't do piercing damage.
Okay.
Unless the class feature says that it's completely intangible and can pass through cover.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Okay, then yeah.
Yeah.
You can
So
shoot it with your bow.
I'm gonna shoot it with my bow. Yes. Remind me to buy arrows later.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pull out my short bow and shoot an arrow with the curtain.
And you hear the arrow impact the curtain and it pierces through the cloth. And that's it.
You hear, ugh.
You don't.
Yeah. Do I hear anybody scream?
Nope.
All right, well, you want to go around the other way, or you want to try and jump over the hole and hope there's nothing on the other side?
You hear, ugh, and when you go around the curtain, it's the guy that the other girl, the girl shot. He's just like, oh, I came here to get away from this.
What's next?
So I guess let's go around the other way just to be safe.
What you got?
Do I have that feature yet? Do I have that thing yet?
How's this door looking, guys?
Can't hear anything on the other side.
The door.
All right, we're gonna go check out the other side. There's a giant pit of spikes up there, so don't go running through.
Or do.
I can
Or do.
What can you do?
get across this gap no problem because of
Yeah,
step of the wind. I can.
anybody with a 6 strength could get across the gap no problem because you can just jump from this square to this square with no difficulty.
My concern is what happens if you land on something on the other side.
That's a good question.
Well, I have a 5 strength, so.
Oh, yeah.
What I'm looking for is, do I have the stupid wall run feature that monks get at whatever level it is?
Well, it should be on your character sheet.
All right, so Evie and I are going around the dungeon.
Okay, is anybody going with them?
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Edmont, you coming or are you jumping?
Yeah, I'm coming.
And is Orson going with you?
I feel like Orson's probably okay with the others.
Orson, you stay and keep a watch of them.
I mean, we're just making sure that there's not this one guy hanging out back here who's going to jump us on the way out.
Okay, so Ekon, Jeannie, and Orson are going to stay by the door over here while you three clear out this hallway. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then, yeah, you get to the other side of this door, and it looks like the same door as every other door in this place.
Try your key. Who has the key?
Victor can have it. You guys are passing it back and forth as needed.
So we'll check the door first and then unlock it afterwards.
Okay, make me an investigation check. I'm almost out of Dr. Pepper again. It's a sad day.
You can add guidance to that. And Ekon, with Genie watching the door, Ekon's going to sit down and cast his vision through his familiar's eyes so he can keep an eye on these guys.
Where's your familiar going to be at?
It's on Victor's shoulder, same as it has been most of the dungeon.
Okay.
That's a 12 investigation.
Then, yeah, you watch Victor give a door once over, and convince himself that it's fine, and the key fits in the lock. Turns and clicks.
Turns and clicks, and open it slowly.
Okay, and you slowly open the door out into the hallway.
All right.
Do you guys have a light source at the moment? I mean, you...
He threw a torch on the floor.
Yeah, there's a torch in here.
Gotcha.
Here.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how to add little thingies to the map, so. All right, so I'm going to check and verify that I'm not going to step on another floor panel or something if I walk through this doorway.
No, looking off to the right, I mean, you can see behind the torch where the paneling, and now that you know what to look for, it's pretty obvious.
Okay.
They had sourced this stone from somewhere else to make these panelings and cover up that pit. Okay, now I need everybody to roll initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna be honest, I was not totally expecting all of you to step into the... That's Orson.
Moving on up to the east side, I rolled an 11, and then a 12, and then a 13.
Okay.
Oh, I got to roll for Orson too.
You want to go before me or after me, Treble?
Go after, because I can't, because I'm on the other side of the dungeon. You got higher dex than me anyway, so.
So you guys step out of the hallway, and you hear a voice from the other side of the curtain that sounds like a strained grunt, like a ah! And then you hear the sound of stone striking stone. And that's going to bring us to Victor.
Well, that's a bit unsettling.
Victor is going to move out of the hallway.
And as you try, you turn back, thinking you're going to get out of this hallway, but you realize that the door is closed behind you.
All right, can I jump the pit?
If you got the movement for it.
Yeah, I got the movement for it.
Okay, so you need to jump from this square to this square. It's going to take, you have to have at least 6 strength to clear that gap.
I have a 9 strength.
All right, you can do it then. No check required. So you run down the hallway and jump the pit, which is exactly what you were trying to avoid coming around the other way.
Well, we know this side's safe.
And that's going to bring us to Orson. From your guys' position, you hear like a low rumbling emanating from this wall you're standing next to here. Orson kind of looks behind his shoulder.
Victor yells
Orson's gonna
run.
move away from that a bit and dodge.
Okay.
And then
who's
we've
next?
got Edmont with Genie on deck.
Edmont, you're up.
Okay. So, key point. Step of the wind.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to need a lot of movement. Evie, do you consent to being dragged? Carry.
Yes. Yes.
10, 20, 30.
Princess Carrie. I mean, she's technically a princess, kind of.
Not bad.
30. I can't make the gap if I'm carrying her, can I? Can I?
I'll say you can with a successful strength athletics check. You can jump the gap safely. The question is whether you maintain a firm hold on Evie. If you fail this check, you drop her in the hole.
You better roll high.
I see a lot of blips on the map here, so I'm not I'm not that
Yeah,
worried.
let's do it.
I believe in you.
You shouldn't have. 4 blips, auto success.
I mean,
to counteract that.
She
I
had
got-
11 temp
I
hit
just rolled.
points.
I kind of feel like you should just let Evie use those blips. Why are you using the blips?
I mean, she's got 11 temp hit points.
So you're spending 4 blips?
Yep.
All right. Yeah, you clear the gap and you're putting Evie down there. Do you have anything
Yeah.
left, or was that all the gas?
Oh no, I got plenty of gas in my in the tank.
Sure.
That's about as far as I can go.
Okay. Who's next?
Got Genie with Pawn on deck.
So, Jeannie, I mean, you're hearing sounds from around the corner, and when you look to the south, depending on what kind of light source is in this room, you may or may not see Edmond rushing around the corner, looking out of breath.
I mean, Ekon can narrate what he saw through his familiar's vision
Sure.
too.
They sound like they got it. Jeannie's gonna investigate the door for traps.
Okay, go ahead and make that roll.
This is our own kith and kin, ladies and gentlemen.
That is a 15.
Yeah, looks like a door.
Looks like a door.
Moving or
Ekon.
staying put?
Bonus action. 5, 10, 15. My little turret just trundling along.
Okay.
Pawn with Evie on deck.
Okay. So you guys dive around the corner, and it's a good thing you did because the curtain flaps upward, and this enormous, what is this orange thing? Is this a torch?
Yeah.
the torch.
Well, the torch gets snuffed out as this enormous, almost exactly 10-foot wide, just gargantuan stone. You hear the crash of it as it bounds through the curtain, rolls down the hallway, and crushes all of these tiles open. So no sooner does Edmont do his fantastic lunge, the princess carry, than that giant ball down the hallway. All the paneling's destroyed now, and the thing comes to rest on top of the bed of spikes.
Hey, we don't got to worry about spikes anymore.
We have an easier way to get through there now.
Yeah, you could step down onto the giant ball and then just jump around the corner.
Yeah, so let's go check out what was hiding.
Yeah, I think there was someone there.
Well, whose
We're
turn
still
is
on
it?
initiative.
Yeah, we're still on initiative. So whose turn is it?
My turn, I
Evie
think.
with Ekon on deck.
Evie, what
Okay.
up?
I could easily jump this, right? Even though there's not much here anymore.
You could jump from the square you're in to this square here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's 5 feet. And
Guess I'm just-
nothing's changed down the hallway. This door is still closed, and
Uh-huh.
you just see the curtain coming to a rest after this giant rock has rolled through it.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that trap was a one and done. So This was 5 feet, 10 feet, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm gonna move this curtain aside and see what I can see.
Okay, on the other side of the curtain. So there's a huge broken spot in the stonework of the floor where it looks like very recently a large round object has collided with it. You see a cavity up in the ceiling, and the walls, the stonework of the walls, is shaped such that this thing has fallen out of the ceiling into grooves on either side of the walls, then rolled forward to the curtain. And off to the side, in this side of the wall, you see this large wooden lever that has been pulled into place. But you don't see the person that's pulled it.
That's somewhat disconcerting.
Or they're on the other side of the boulder.
That's possible, I suppose.
Well, there's a
but-
cavity in the ceiling where the boulders come from. There's not actually another boulder in this room that you know of.
Owl's gonna look around. Is there anybody hiding in here?
So we've ended Evie's turn. We've moved up to the owl now.
I guess Evie's gonna ready in action. If someone pops up, she's gonna throw a knife at them. But the owl is gonna look around.
Okay. Owl can make me a perception check.
Sure. Natural 20.
There's a panel in the wall right here that has the same characteristics as the floor panels from the spiked hallway. It looks like it could be broken or moved aside somehow.
Okay. Are we staying on initiative?
Oh yeah.
I guess I'll call back to the others and tell them that information. There may be an opening here.
Who's next?
Ekon with Victor on deck. So Ekon will just dodge for his action, continuing to look through his familiar sight.
Okay.
Where's my... There we go. Lux is gonna grab... Actually, Ekon's gonna ready in action. Lux is gonna grab a bit of, rubble or something, and Ekon is gonna cast light through his familiar as that, so now he's carrying a light source.
Sure.
And the familiar is gonna fly over to here and just add some light to this area.
Okay, so it's very well lit up.
That's the end of my turn.
Okay, who's next?
And my shield isn't lit anymore, because you can only have one light spell at a
Did
time.
you have any movement?
Gross.
Me?
Yes.
Yeah, but I want to keep I don't trust this door.
I don't trust the fact that someone went through a secret passage and Orson is over here by himself.
Okay, who's next?
We got Victor with Orson on deck.
Alright, so Victor is going. So Evie, you mentioned there was a panel on the wall.
Yeah, you should be able to reach it easy with a dash.
Yeah. So Victor is going to yell out to Ekon and Genie, hoping they can hear him, to look for discolored stonework on the walls, because we found there's a panel over here, and then he's going to 10, 15, 20. So 30 gets him here, and he's going to dash to the panel, and like an idiot, he's going to kick the panel.
Okay. Make a strength check.
I'm guessing I don't have guidance this time.
No, I will cast other spells. That's the limitation, is it actually takes an action to do it. So.
My strength, it's a 1.
1. You throw your boot into this paneling in the wall, and it shudders in place, but you need a better foot in the boot, is your conclusion. Moving or staying put?
I'm going to move out of the way.
Okay.
Orson is going to spend his turn investigating this section of the wall next to him.
Okay, have him roll that investigation.
I have no idea what Orson's bonuses are, but his die roll is a 14.
Yeah, he goes over it, and his instructions were to look for, like, paneling, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like miscolored by paneling.
So he's over there searching across the wall, but he hasn't called out that he's noticed anything.
Okay. We've got Edmont with Genie on deck.
Edmont.
We could use someone with the good boot.
The
Good
boot's
foot.
fine, you just need better feet,
I think Edmund has the best feet of the group.
probably.
Dash. That's as far as I can get.
That's where the panel is, right behind this lever. Like, the lever's up on the wall, pulled horizontally, and below it is the panel that Victor just tried to kick.
How hilarious would it be if another boulder comes down and crushes us?
Be pretty good.
It'd be
We've
pretty
got
good. I wouldn't be
Genie
mad.
with Pawn on deck.
So it takes Edmund's whole turn just to move there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to burn too much more key.
Genie is going to not open it, but she is just going to see if the door's locked. She's going to try the handle.
I thought you had already unlocked it.
Did we?
I thought somebody had.
Well, okay then.
Well, if you haven't already unlocked it, then yes, it's locked, and currently Victor has the key.
Right, okay. Just making sure it was locked. And then I'm going to, I guess, turn and look at the wall for... and I'm going to investigate looking for... Just scan up and down the hall for the miscolored tiles.
Make an investigation check.
Okay. That is a 10.
No. Just looks
Yeah, I
like
don't-
brick walls to you.
And then I just decided my my turret is like bright pink.
Oh my god.
It's gonna trundle. It's just a bright pink, like knight, like chess piece. Yeah,
And it trundles.
it trundles. Yes, it's only got 15 feet of movement.
Okay, who's
It's
next?
just trying its best.
We've got Pawn with Evie on deck.
Edmont and Victor. From the other side of the panel, you hear a voice, and it says, "Parley, I give up."
Good call.
Do we trust him?
If he tries to backstab us, it's not going to go well for him.
I'll come
Come
out
out.
unarmed.
Come out!
So Edmund,
Slowly.
My response
yeah,
is going to be, I'm going to open this, I'm going to pull this panel open, and you're going to throw your weapons out of the panel and then come out.
very well. Yeah, it takes you a moment, but you find the spot to pry this panel away from the wall. Once you know where it is, it's just in a groove on the floor. You're able to just lift it out, set it aside.
Mm-hmm.
Half a moment later, a short sword clatters out on the floor at your feet, followed by a crossbow.
I
Victor,
loosened it for you.
Victor, you got the weapons?
Yeah, Victor will kick the weapons towards him.
And a moment later, this young man comes climbing out of the hole, making sure to show you the palms of his hands.
Victor will pull out some of the... Well, I got 50 feet of rope. That's a lot of rope, though.
That's plenty to subdue someone.
Yeah.
You tie the poor man up.
Goddamn right I do.
Okay, and he puts his arms behind his back and he looks around a little confused, but he doesn't attempt to. He doesn't give you any guff. Put it that way.
Okay, so Evie's gonna ask, "Who are you people?"
Sir, what's behind the paneling? Like, can we see?
No, just a small cubby, just a spot for whoever throws this lever to kind of duck behind, so they don't get hit by the boulder that comes rolling out from the ceiling. The idea is he pulls the lever, and the panel closes behind him, so he doesn't get hit by the boulder, but you all get squished, and then he can safely come out. That's not what happened.
Yeah, that's kind of opposite of what happened.
He's having a bad day.
Let's take him to the other door.
So you ask him, "Who are you people?" He says, "Well, there's only 8 of us. How many have you killed?"
There's one of you. Who are you?
He looks down at the ground. He gives you his name, but his name's not important because he's actually just like bandit number 7 or whatever.
There's 8 of you.
And he gives very curt responses to any questions you have for him. Like, from his perspective, you guys just broke into his house and started killing all his people.
It was self-defense.
We've killed
I think
4.
I think 5.
So
yeah.
Genie
there's more to the door.
Genie and Ekon and Orson, from your position, you can hear the sounds of conversation echoing from deeper in the dungeon, but you can't hear what's being said from this distance.
Let's
I'm
start marching the bandit down.
And I'm still watching all this through my familiar's perception. So.
Oh, I thought you
Genie-
could look or listen, but not both at once.
That just said senses.
What am I thinking of clairvoyance, aren't I?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Give
So
me the
you're
key.
marching him back around the hallway?
Yeah. Open the door. We're
No.
gonna send our friend through first.
What
Why
you
would we
got
do
to say
that?
about it?
What's your plan, Victor?
So we're gonna unlock the door. We're gonna open it with our friend standing there, and we're gonna see if anybody shoots him.
That's kind of rude.
They won't
You
fire
want-
if you just permit me, I could ensure that they don't fire on me.
What do we have to do to
what's
get
the-
your people to stand down?
What's through the door?
I've already stood
There's a
down.
lot.
I've surrendered my weapons.
Yep, and what about the rest of you?
You'll have to let me speak to them.
Okay.
Is there someone here named Spendevice?
Yes, Spendelweiss is beyond.
We need to talk to him.
I can arrange that.
Do not fuck with us. I'm gonna intimidate.
He seems plenty intimidated.
Okay.
We've already got him tied up. There's not much we're gonna be able to do to him.
And I mean, when you come around the hallway, I mean, he sees his dead companions on the ground who you guys have killed.
And I have stolen their stuff too.
All right. So here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna open the door. We're gonna unlock the door. You're going to tell your people on the other side to stand down,
He nods.
and you're gonna tell them to come out with their weapons surrendered.
He nods.
Who is Fender?
Ekon will... This is just do we have a pawn for this guy, or...
If you want one.
I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, Ekon's going to move to untie his hands so that he can actually open the door. He doesn't have any weapons. He's not really a threat.
He seems sufficiently cowed.
And he rubs his wrist for a moment. Says, "Shall I go in and..."
No one else has to die here today as long as you can convince people to just stand down.
He nods.
And Ekon will kind of glare at Victor when he says that.
And if they do shoot you, I will kill you. Don't worry.
Okay, so you're going to allow him to open the door and move on?
Yep.
Like Evie, Genie looks at Victor. At Ekon. Like, yeah, that's good, right?
No, Genie.
Ekon just shakes his head.
The
What?
area beyond looks more like a natural cave. You're leaving the brick and mortar now. It looks like there was another damaged portion of wall here that opened up into just a fissure in the earth that they've kind of just affixed a door into. And
Before we send this kid out there, can I do one thing?
Mhm.
I would like to try a whatchamacallit? I would like to try a active insight check to see if I think he's maybe trying to run to another trap level and throw it rather than convince people to stand down.
This area in here is a cave. I don't know that they have as many traps in here where it's natural.
Like, do I actually trust this guy that he's being honest with us when he says he's gonna go and talk to his people?
I can't make the determination for you whether or not you trust him. However, I mean, seeing how he reacted to how many... I mean, he sees the dead bodies on the floor. You guys have dodged all of their major traps. All he's doing at this point is he's going to take one of the lit torches so he can see in the cave beyond. I guess the question is, are you sending him in alone, or is somebody going with him?
No,
I'll put
Victor.
my familiar on his shoulder.
Victor is going to.
Why don't we just all go in with him?
Victor's
Yeah,
gonna
Victor is going to lean in and tell him that if he tries to run, Victor will kill him, and then he tells him to start walking,
Okay.
and then he's going to follow.
I mean, I could send my turret just trundles after him.
Why don't we just all go in?
Ekon, go ahead and place yourself in the doorway. Because my man's going to start walking down the hall.
Well, I mean, like I said, my familiar is on his shoulder, and I'm watching through its eyes right now.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
And it's see in here is the way it's described.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was thinking of a different spell entirely. We have to pick
Yep.
one or the other. Or use like an action to switch or something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
following after him.
He's holding a torch, and in the torchlight you can see him illuminate part of this crossroads, part of this intersection. And... no, he doesn't do anything to betray you guys. He steps up to the intersection with a torch. Then he calls out, Spendelweiss. The interlopers are here. They said they will spare us. And from inside the cave somewhere, you can't tell from which direction, the voice is kind of echoing across all the walls at once. And you hear a man speak with a much more assured voice and says, Then bring them forth, and we shall parley. And the man kind of turns, he's holding his torch, and waiting for instruction from you.
Tell me what's down each of these passages.
And he points down this passage and says that they've cleared a drainage well. The part of the caves flood several times a year, and they've tried to clear a drainage well and bore it down so the standing water doesn't last as long. He points down this way and tells you that that's where Spendelweiss is. And then he points in front of you and says that there's a general, just a commons area. Some of us sleep in the room and can prepare meals there.
And where would the rest of your friends be going if they came down this way?
And he shakes his head and says, there's only 8 of us, and I think you've killed most of them.
Most is not all.
How many have you killed? I don't know.
5.
Yeah, I think 5.
Ginny says 5.
If you've killed 5 and he's there, then there's 2 more in here, and one of them is Spendelweiss. That's what he's saying.
Well, good. Let's go. Why don't we go check out the sleeping quarters real fast?
We're not going
Go.
to speak with Spendel.
We're going just lead the way to Spindelweiss.
Okay.
We
So he takes you forward into this kind of donut-shaped sleeping quarters. He goes
And there's
all the way
nobody
in
in
the
there?
back of the room.
Evie's familiar is just going to take a quick peek in here just to make sure it's what he said it was.
Ekon motions to Orson to stay back there, and Ekon has also moved his familiar and isn't looking through its eyes anymore.
Okay. So Evie, you see some stairs going down, and the passage turns around to the right.
That sounds like more than what he was talking about.
Probably how we're
So
getting out.
Vincent, you let this guy get this far away from you?
No.
Okay, so where you're standing now is you've got a couple more bedrolls against this wall, and he's just kind of standing in between them. Although this is a solid wall here. It's like a donut-shaped area.
All right, let's go see Spendelweiss.
And what is Jeannie doing down here?
Genie got bored and was heading towards Spindlevice.
So you're going to move down. So there's a staircase that goes down. And
Genie
then turns
is going
around to
at,
the right.
Genie is going at half speed so her turret could keep up.
Okay.
So
Genie needs to stop. Stop. Genie, stop.
Why is Genie moving my lens of truth?
is she?
Yes.
Lens of truth is over here.
So Edmont has gone down the stairs in front of Genie.
Up
No,
to-
he's trying to keep her from running off without everyone else.
So you're getting in front of her.
He's
So
being a good babysitter.
I'm seeing
Yeah.
your tile. And okay,
Yeah.
Evie,
I
Yes.
cowed at you.
from your position, and I guess Orson is back here as well.
I tell Orson not to go past this intersection. So
Okay.
I also don't want him to be alone.
Well, then Evie and Orson, then from your position, behind you, everybody can hear a loud rumbling. Then there's a crash as a stone panel falls in front of the door that you've just come through. At that point, Victor, this guy in front of you looks absolutely terrified. He throws his hands up, continues to show you his palms.
Victor will grab him and put one of his metal daggers to his throat and start marching him out of the sleeping quarters.
Okay.
Edmont calls out, Spindlevice. No more of those tricks now.
And so,
He's gone, Edmont? He didn't respond, did he?
Evie,
Respond.
Yes?
check the drainage area to see if there's another one of these stupid doors that's going to lock on us.
They're just going to fly this whole way up here. See what's up here. Fly to about here.
Okay.
Check for grooves on the wall, in the rock, or anything that might come down on
This
us.
is an
Yes.
owl.
This is an owl.
Okay. Yeah, it's just a small area, part of the natural cave, and it does in fact look like they have a well that they
Okay.
bored down into the earth.
So,
And so it's actually a small slope. 'Cause you come down the stairs, and so the cave is a little damp until you get to about this point. Then there's a couple inches of standing water. There's a ring of stones that's partially submerged. And it looks like over time the water will drain down this well that they've dug.
I think Genie's gonna whisper to Edmont and say, "We need to go and chase this man down."
Edmont. Heading into this room, once again, there's a passage off to the south that looks like the top of some stairs. And looking into this room, you see two more of these bandits. And you hear my phone go off.
Somebody changed jobs.
Flanking the entrance. Both of them raise crossbows as you come around the corner at you. One of you calls out, "So that's far enough. How many are you?"
Steps forward.
Victor's going to march.
More
this
than
guy.
you.
Victor's
More
going
than
to
you.
push his way past them with their friend.
More than you,
Okay.
and he will stand down.
I'm just waiting for everybody to kind of get into position here as this conversation starts.
going to
Right.
bring Orson here next to Ekon.
We found your lost puppy. We come to return him to his owner.
I've come to bargain.
At that, the man you're kind of marching forward at the blade of a knife, he still looks very scared. He says, "Please, I didn't mean to. Please don't give me over to Spindlevice." To which one of the other bandits kind of gives him a tut-tut noise. Says, "If we don't feed him traitors, what shall we feed him?" And at that, you hear a rumbling growl from down the stairs and around the corner.
That's a dragon. Are we gonna have to? Are we? Did we walk in a level 3 dungeon again, 2 campaigns in a row, and then we're gonna go in there and there's going to be a black dragon?
Why would I send you into a level 3 dungeon when you're level 4?
Oh God. Spindlevice, we brought you dinner.
So, are you releasing your prisoners to them? Turning them over? Or are you keeping...
I don't know
he's-
if I
he's
want to do
keeping him
that.
right there.
No, he's afraid of them. Don't do that.
I
No,
want
no.
answers.
Victor is keeping his hold on this prisoner, using him as
Edmund,
a shield.
what do you ask?
Ekon,
I want answers to what the hell are you people doing in here?
One of them responds kind of flippantly that they're trying to make a living as honest bandits.
Ekon will interject. Nobody has to get eaten today. Let's just all leave this place.
The other bandit responds and says, "We could see that some of us leave, but surely not all of us. It's really up to you."
I'd really rather you not. You would really rather not try it. Believe me, you wouldn't try this.
Oh, we have no doubt that you've taken care of the initiates on the doors. One of the bandits kind of pumps out his chest. A little bit of braggadocio to him. Says, "I assure you, I'm made of sterner stuff. So are the boys behind me."
Victor is going to fling one of his psionic daggers at the guy that boasts his chest out.
All right, let's roll initiative.
Not to kill him, just knock him
That
unconscious.
is your roll in initiative. Attack roll equals initiative.
Yeah.
I got to get
Well-
more.
We had an opportunity to talk here, but I see that is gone.
You did.
I see. I see that we have another one of these parties. Yet another one.
Victor's over it.
Is that enough? Yeah, I think that's enough. Okay, that's a 1 for Orson.
I also rolled a 1.
Wish I could just talk people down every once in a while.
These guys don't seem very amenable to being talked down.
Is that everybody? That's everybody.
At least give me the chance to try. I'm upset.
So yeah, Evie, after a few moments, looks like Victor's done with the conversation. He's about to fling one of his daggers. But you won the initiative.
Okay, so...
Victor, you got to pick a square. You can't be in 4 squares at once.
Okay. This guy here is our prisoner, right?
He's your prisoner and he's unarmed.
Okay.
He's no longer bound, but he's unarmed.
Okay, so Evie, I guess I'm going to try one last chance to salvage the conversation. You two don't seem to have a good understanding of your situation. Each of us individually is much stronger than you.
That's
I
about
promise.
all you can say in 6 seconds. Is that your action? That the end of your turn?
I guess so. I can't talk and attack, right?
I mean, you can speak as a free action. You just can't speak an infinite amount of words. 1 or 2 sentences about what you can do.
I mean, I don't think these two are going to be intimidated. I could try it though.
What's the goal here? What do you want them to do?
I would like to avoid a fight. I would like these guys to realize that they fight us, that they're probably going to die.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Okay. I think my persuasion is pretty good.
The problem is if you tell these guys you're not going to kill them after you killed most of their companions already.
I mean, we've got a prisoner who we have not harmed.
How'd you do?
Hang on, I just need to check my bonus. This is at disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
They are disinclined to trust you, let's say.
Okay. This is at 13.
Okay. One of them smirks and the other one snickers. Moving or staying put?
You had an opportunity. I'll stay here.
Who's next?
I tried.
We've got Black Token with Edmont on deck. I'm sorry, with Victor on deck.
And you hear more growling from further on in the cave. A little louder now. That brings us to Victor.
Victor with Red Token on deck. Yep.
Okay.
So, if you can clarify for this meet. So the fact that our captive is within 5 feet of this guy is my sudden throwing of the dagger. I'm assuming he's not going to be surprised given the conversation.
Oh, nobody's going to be surprised, no.
Okay, so
And this guy will have partial cover because you got to go through his space to throw your weapon.
Okay, then in that case, Victor is just going to, against all better judgment, he's going to stroll up and stab them.
Which one? Okay,
The one to his side, this guy right here.
very good.
And then using Lux, it will be... So bonus action is going to be Hunter's Mark.
I don't think you have it used. Has it been less than an hour?
Oh,
Yeah, you used it already.
But
If
don't
it's
you
been
get it
less
back
than an
when you
hour,
kill the target?
yeah.
If it's
So
been less than an hour, it's still up.
yeah. So it's the way that it works is if it's got a duration of an hour, and then after you kill the target, you can use your bonus action and put it on the next target.
Yeah, it definitely has not been an hour.
Okay. So gonna switch Hunter's Mark to this guy and then attack him.
Okay.
Say if it has, then I get some key points back.
Not necessarily. You don't get key points back at the end of an hour. You get key points back at the end of a short rest. You guys have definitely not been resting for the past hour.
So, do I still have Guiding Bolt?
No, the guy. I mean, no, I'm not concentrating on a guidance right now.
Okay, that's an 8 then.
The guidance wouldn't help him with a to-hit roll anyway, would it?
Yeah, it's only ability checks.
8 does not hit. Moving or staying put?
Well, I guess he's gonna stay put so he doesn't get attacked with 2 opportunities.
All right, who's next?
Got red pawn with Ekon on deck.
Okay. This red pawn's going to disengage. This red pawn's going to disengage. And this red pawn is going to disengage. And they all work their way around Victor down the stairs.
Was nobody holding that guy?
No, you guys had untied him. And as he goes, you hear his footfalls down the stairs as he's moving swiftly and frantically ducking underneath Victor's reach, terrified that he's going to get a psychic dagger to the neck. He calls out, "But please, not Spendleweiss, please!"
Why is he going with them if he's scared?
Because you guys are just going to kill him. So
We weren't going to kill him.
Did we kill him?
And that brings us to who?
Ekon.
If he dies, that's his own fault.
Lux is carrying a piece of rubble with light cast on it, so it's going to start flying down there before
Okay.
my turn.
And yeah, you can see the 3. Oh, how do I make this thing taller? Or not as tall, or however it works. Just knocking my dudes over.
And Lux is basically going to fly as far as he can. I guess if these ceilings are low enough, they'll probably get opportunity attacks on him because he doesn't have flyby.
Hold on, there is a button to do that. Yeah.
Yes, I would give the 2 men in front opportunity attacks against...
Okay, so that'd be when he leaves this square, I guess.
Yep, let's do that.
Rickred, I think the option you want for your lens is auto raise. I think that will make it so it doesn't knock things over.
Who asked you?
Looking for a 13 on armor class.
You did.
I have a 22 to hit.
Yep. And the pebble with light drops to the ground as Lux disappears.
Okay. So what Lux saw in... What's Lux's passive perception? Or were you looking through Lux at the moment?
No, I just had him fly. I just ordered him to fly down there and
All right, then yeah.
get us. So it'd be whatever. Like he would be communicating telepathically with me what he saw, but it'd probably just be the stairway.
What there is in the room, because he only had a moment to see the room before he got stabbed as he was flying in, but there are several more bandits in the room, including one wearing much nicer clothes. Very, very colorful clothing.
Yep. All right. So on Ekon's turn,
And-
Treble. Oh, yep.
A horrible monster.
Yep. Treble, did you get that familiar on the counter?
Yes. Was that the
Okay.
first familiar? I was going to ask. Was that the first familiar? of
Yes,
the
you didn't miss
section?
any. All right. On
All right.
Ekon's turn, Ekon moves to here, holds forth his holy symbol, and conjures a miniature sun shining in the room.
Okay.
So I'm going to need both of those bandits to make me DC.
Is that a
13?
5-foot range on whatever you're doing?
It's a flaming sphere. It has a 60-foot range and burns everything within 5 feet of it.
Within 5 feet of it. Okay, so it's only.
Yep. So I need any bandits within 5 feet to make a DC 13 dexterity save.
Pass and pass. It's on the
Okay, so they take
scale.
half damage. This in front of me, which I believe is 2d6. Yep.
Flaming Sphere is a very good spell.
So it was half damage.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you it right now. So go ahead and take half of 9 fire damage.
Okay, roll that down to 4.
And
You have
let me double check something on that spell. So 5 foot. It's a bonus action. You can move it. If you ram the sphere into a creature, it must make. That's a 1 action cast. It ignites flammable objects not being worn or carried, and sheds light in 20 feet and an additional 20 feet.
Well, the room beyond
So
is
then-
already well lit. There's
Yeah.
torches along the wall.
Yeah. And then as a bonus action, I ram the sphere into this guy, so he gets to make that save again.
Oh boy. You're a
Always be blasting.
hostile birdie kind of priest. That's an 8 on the save.
All right, so he can enjoy.
Ekon is the nicest burn the heretic priest you will ever meet.
You can enjoy 8 fire damage.
But don't make no mistake, he is a burn the heretic beast.
We should have talked to the other priest. I
And,
think
and
they
for
would've done
reference,
that.
Brick, anyone who ends their turn within 5 feet of the sphere is going to take that fire damage.
Very good. Is that the end of...
Let me just double check.
Okay, so
That
be
is
clear,
the end of my turn, yes.
One of the guys who just laughed at us just died a horrible flaming death. Is that what just happened?
That's just what happened.
Yeah, there's just a miniature sun down there now.
And who's next?
Sorry, I was busy with my turn. Next is Edmont with blue pawn on deck.
Edmont.
Maybe purple? So as long as you don't end next to the sphere, you're fine.
McDohl, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
No, I'm thinking here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy, but you're getting choke slammed. Although I am going to not.
This is the former prisoner. He's the one who's unarmed.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not going to kill him.
Okay.
I'm not going for lethal here. I'm looking to knock out here.
If it helps, Victor did tell him that if he runs, he would kill him.
That's true.
8 doesn't hit, does it?
No, sir.
Bonus action. Attack again. That's a 24 to hit.
Bonus action retry hits.
Looking at 5 points bludgeoning damage.
Okay. You crack him in the back of the head. He's already terrified because this flaming sun appeared in front of him. He's about to be pushed into it.
Yeah, it's gonna end my turn.
All right, who's next?
We've got blue or purple, I can't really tell, with Genie on deck.
That's purple.
Sorry, I'm zoomed out a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I need to see if this spell is concentration or not. I don't think it is, because I think the most broken thing I've ever given a homebrew monster was the ability to concentrate on 2 spells at once.
You gave that to Baba Yaga, as I recall.
Yes, I did.
Yeah, but that made sense. That was
If
a
anyone
psionic
has
thing.
that ability, it's Baba
I
Yaga.
thought it made sense, and she was like a level 17 encounter.
Yeah. I mean, there actually was a 3E spell that partitioned your mind so you could do that.
Okay.
Or a
And
psionic power.
who's after purple?
Genie.
After purple is Genie with Orson on deck.
Genie, you up.
Okay. 5, 10, 20, 25. And let me... Once you create a cannon, you can't occupy space within 5 feet of you. A small eldritch cannon occupies its space, and a tiny wind can be... Okay, Genie is going to shoot this man right here with her Ray of Frost.
Okay.
That is a 20 to hit.
20 does hit.
Well, he takes 7 cold damage.
And that is enough.
And there's my little flame turret.
Put an end to that man.
I'm guessing those two are wishing they hadn't said some things.
Actually, you know what? Flame turret's just gonna hang out here.
Okay.
He's gonna move in this square to get, yeah. Because I'm probably gonna summon a different turret when we fight the other monster.
So Orson is just going to come to here and get admonished by one of his cousins or siblings to not go in any further, I'm hoping. And
Yeah,
we've
he
got
could just hang
Evie
out
with
here.
black pawn on deck.
I can't see anything to fight right now. And if I go in here, everything's gonna aggro me.
It's possible.
I got aggro.
I mean, there's the one person that was trying to run away.
I don't think he's gonna cause us any trouble. I can't move through his space, can I?
You can if you use your action as either athletics or acrobatics check.
Okay, me using my action to go stand in here and not be able to go stand like right here and be completely helpless. That seems like a really
then
bad
get
idea.
burned by the miniature sun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that just doesn't seem like a good plan. So I'm gonna. Where can I stand here? I don't think we all want to be clustered up either. I don't think that's a good idea.
Evie, stay in here. Don't go in that. Let's let them come to us.
Yeah, I think that's our play. So I'm gonna stand here, and I guess I'm gonna ready an action. If a bad guy comes like around the corner, which I don't think is likely. Shit.